Hello learners, I, Dr. Manisha Wadhwa from Department of Education, Aditi Mahavidyalaya, University of Delhi, welcome you to this NIOS studio. Today our topic of presentation is additional ideas for assessment in EVS. You have already read a complete unit on assessment wherein you have discussed and you have learnt that assessment is for learning, assessment is for teachers, assessment is for students. You have also learnt different tools and techniques of assessment. In our earlier sessions on assessment in EVS, we had discussed about tools and techniques of assessment. In this session, we will discuss about additional ideas on assessment, wherein we will see various unconventional ways of assessment. Read these following questions. Questions are: write 3 properties of air. What is air made of? What is the effect of the following activities on air? Burning of wood, movement of vehicles on road, planting of trees. Yes, you must be thinking that all these questions are information based questions. These questions check whether students have learnt properly or not. These questions do not ensure whether students have understood or not, but yes, you can definitely check whether they have learnt it properly. Do we want to ask such questions in EVS? Yes. What do you say? I will say a few questions can be asked like this, but not all. These are closed-ended questions. Other examples of closed-ended questions are: which gas was leaked in Bhopal gas tragedy? These questions have only one right answers. Such questions compel students to recall some predetermined answers. In such questions, there is no scope for logical thinking. When we ask thought-provoking questions, students get space to express their opinions and give arguments. It is a good idea to expose students to questions that have more than one right answer. Many real-life problems can be solved in more than one way. Thus, the questions should be such that they help students to become aware of their own reasoning and to use evidence more consciously. When this real life problem has more than one right answers, so why should we ask questions with only one answer? So, when a question is framed differently, it provokes students to reflect on their own thinking, whether the objectives of environmental education have been achieved or not. It can be only checked by assessing students' ideas, understanding and thinking. So, it is always a good idea to ask open-ended questions. There are other ways of assessing in EVS, because when we think of assessment, we only think of test, but one has to think beyond test, and there are different ways of assessing EVS learning. First is expression. You can use expression. Expression can be written expression, that can be a creative writing exercise. Expression can be drawing. For example, a question like draw a mouse facing right and an elephant facing left. Such questions it's not an ordinary drawing question. It has inherent objective. One, it assesses whether student has understood directions properly. Two, it also assesses whether students have comparative idea of sizes. They can draw, how are they drawing mouse and elephant, give an understanding whether they compare sizes and draw it appropriately. Expression using acting, you can ask student to enact a road safety scene. Assessment using drawing, dancing, sculpting, all are different kinds of expressions. These activities can be used to assess students' original ideas and thinking. Such activities provide enough scope for students for expressing themselves. Then another way of assessment is using field visit or survey. You have already read about field visit or survey as teaching methodology. Today I will discuss some ideas of assessment of field visit and survey. Assessment of field visit and survey provide an opportunity to students to learn through observing and finding out themselves. It provides opportunities to collect, record, discuss and present information in real and meaningful context. It assesses students' observation, recording skills, their ability to discuss, explain, classify and question. So, you see that by such multiple ways you can assess different things. Assessment for cooperation, assessment whether students can cooperate and work together, working collectively and sharing responsibility. Assessment for their concern for justice and equality and sensitivity towards disadvantaged and differently abled can only be done through such tests which are not paper pencil tests. Presentation can also be assessed according to their logical organization and coherent and clear articulations. These different forms of assessment give us an insight about students. Assessment can be done using pictures. Do you remember the presentation on teaching learning method by observation? In that we have taken an example of a drawing where children were asked to observe the drawing and they were asked to answer those questions. So, this can also be used as an assessment exercise in that children are expected to interpret a picture and draw meaning from the picture. There can be other simpler tasks like labeling different parts of a picture. Such kinds of questions have an understanding about how students have made sense of this part and whole relationship, whereas interpreting a picture and drawing meaning from the picture give opportunities to students to express their power of observation in making connections and interpretations. So, moving from drawings, we can also use assessment using projects. Students can do projects and those projects can be assessed. Teacher can assess students on their ability to take initiative and responsibility of a task. Teacher can assess on how students collected information. Teacher can assess the quality of information collected. Teacher can assess students' ability to discuss their findings in a logical and coherent way. Assessment can be done using problem solving. A teacher can assess students' ideas and understanding about different issues. A teacher can assess students on their skill or of observation, classification, comparison, hypothesis making, experimenting, talking to each other and their ability to work in a group. The task of problem solving also assesses group work and how each group approached the problem in a different way. We can take an example of field visit to a stable. Do you remember the session on field visit? In that we have discussed field visit to the stable. In that task, if you remember it, the teacher asked students to make different groups and she prepared groups for the field visit. She asked groups to make their own questions and these are some examples. Group 1 made these questions. Do horses bathe in the morning or evening? What time do they take a bath? When do they sleep? When do horses eat? Group 2 made questions which are, do horses take a bath? What are the kinds of cloth that horses wear? Where do all mares go? Group 3 made questions, when are horses taken out for a walk? When are they given a bath? Group 4 made questions, how do you take care of horses? When do horses give rides to people? Group 5 made questions, how many boy children do horses have? How many girl children do horses have? So, you see that different groups have made different kinds of questions and teacher can assess the field visit according to the following criteria. Number 1, by observing students' participation, by analyzing questions developed by the students before the visit. Number 3, students' oral and written presentation, and number 4, students' drawing and acting. Going further, in this field visit example, I am taking this example from NCERT source book on assessment and I am reading the comment given in the source book as follows. The teacher, this is the teacher observation record. The teacher has written that I saw as soon as we entered Farah, a student in the class, made a quick observation that all horses were white in color except one. That student also noticed that there were only one pony in the stable. Khushbu, another student in the class, could not identify shapes in class. However, during the visit today, the traffic signal triggered an interest in various shapes. She pointed out many of them and kept observing shapes throughout her way to the stable. She also communicated to her peers. Teacher also wrote report about their group work. The example of that group work report is as follows. Group 4 members could not coordinate many things. The team had developed good questions, but the interviewer could not ask some questions properly. Even during the enactment, they kept laughing all the time, and as a result, they miss out many points. So you see that during this field visit, teacher has kept her records of students' observation, of student group work, and how each group was behaving. In another group report, teacher has written that group 3 member asked their questions very confidently. They were interacting with stable workers. Their recorder, Shweta, also wrote the conversation diligently, although she struggled with many spellings. Teacher also recorded the report of the group presentation. The teacher kept the record of the group report. One of the example of group report is as follows. We had asked questions to know about mares. Mares eat gram, potato, garlic, ginger, onion. The stable worker gives them a bath once in 3 days. They also have a young one in the stable. All horses sleep while sitting. Horses also get stomachache because they like to eat lot of gram. Only mares go for wedding processions, so they keep only mares. Mares make money by going for wedding procession, so stable workers earn their income. So this was the report given by one group after the field visit, and teacher made a comment on the report that group had prepared a coherent and comprehensive report. Report had a logical flow of ideas. It was very heartening to see that all class 2 children could write such a long report about their visit. So this kind of exercise will give you an idea that how unconventional ways of assessment will help us in observing many minute details about children. I am reading another comment given by the teacher. Teacher has written that children had made observation like horses can sleep while sitting, which I myself did not know. Children had made a logical connections that mares are kept in stable because they are the sources of income for the stable workers. So, teacher assessed the presentation on the basis of logical flow, articulation, and organization of ideas. Teacher assessed their written report on the basis of originality of ideas and expression. Teacher ignored spelling and syntax during this EVS assessment, though in her language lessons she kept those errors in mind. She wrote in her diary, "If I plan carefully, it will ensure better learning." So this kind of exercise example, I am sure, will help you in making sense that how an unconventional field visit will give you an insight into different aspects of children learning. Let's take some other examples. This example is from NCERT textbook of class 5. Chapter is What If It Is Finishes. I am reading the example. Imagine that a company has given you a chance to design a new vehicle like a mini bus. What kind of vehicle would you design? Write about it, draw a picture and color it. If you reflect on this question, and you will see that the question encourages learner to think. Think of designing a new vehicle, and new vehicle in a context they are saying that you have to design a vehicle which does not run on petrol. So it will give learners to think imaginatively a vehicle which run on battery or which run on some other sources of energy, and design it in a different way. And going further, the question asks that while making the design, how do you plan for old people, children, or people who cannot see? So, such kind of triggers will help children to think about differently able people and will sensitize them about them. Going further, taking some other examples like create a game test. You can ask children to create a board game or a word game. You can create a board game like Snake and Ladder that covers a range of information relevant to EVS on any topic like world of plant or water, and children can play that board game in the class. Students should be asked to include to make norms and rules of that game. Then tasks like take home test. This is not a class test. This is a test you can take home and you can work on your own pace. You can access books, you can access material or any other educational resource. Such kind of tests will give you more time to think, will give you more time to reflect, and will give you I will say it will encourage a reflective thinking among learners. And some other examples like open book test, it is quite similar to take home test. This can be done either in classroom, in school library, or anywhere in the school. These tests are not memory based, recall based, information based question wherein one can search for answers. These questions are reflective questions. For example, examples are what would happen if you don't get petrol or diesel for a week in your village or town. So, this kind of question will encourage you to think, and you will not find its answer anywhere. One has to think about it and give an answer to this. Another question, guess the use of which fuel would increase and which would decrease in the next 10 years. So, such questions will help you to think about different kinds of alternatives, and such questions are even difficult to create. These are not one can just make a question paper. These are very difficult to make also. Some other kinds of test can be group test. These are conducted either in class or home projects. For example, is everybody getting enough water to live or enough water to drink? This is again from the NCERT class 5 textbook from the chapter Every Drop Counts. Another question will be, why is that some people have to buy drinking water? Should it be like this? Water is our everyday need. Should we buy water? Water on this earth is for one and all. Some people draw out water from ground by deep bore wells. How far is it correct? Have you ever seen this? So, these kind of questions, they will project multiple perspectives. Children will think and answer from their own perspective. This will bring diversity to the classroom, will give opportunity to think upon. Another kind of idea is the testing in pairs. You can give a problem or a question or a concern to pair of children. You can either make pair yourself or children can self-select. You can give work in combination and children can have it open book test, take home test, or discussion in pair and then can write answers, and after that they can submit their sheets individually, so that you know that even in learning in pairs how they have learnt differently. These are some ideas. So, I am here summarizing some of the additional ideas which we have learned today in the class. Number 1, use a variety of techniques in EVS, because EVS is a interdisciplinary, multidisciplinary subject. We learn from different subjects. So, it is a good idea to use variety of techniques, starting from paper pencil test. In that paper pencil test, you should have open-ended question, close-ended questions. Both kind of questions have their own advantages and disadvantages. So, make a balanced paper. You can choose other forms of assessment, but making a choice of assessment tool will be in accordance to the learning objective. It is always good idea to have qualitative assessment tools. Qualitative assessment tools will help you in understanding how children are learning, how they are thinking, how they are reflecting, how they are bringing their experiential knowledge in the classroom. It is important to know your learners. It is important to sensitize them towards concern for justice, towards equity, and towards working together. So, this kind of assessment will give you an idea about their learning other than the EVS content. It is very important to provide feedback to students, because without feedback, students will not know how they are doing it and how they can improve. Feedback only helps students to improve, and feedback also give you some insight how you can improve your own teaching learning and how you can improve your own assessment tools. Always discourage rote memorization. There are many times you will find in these NCERT textbook, there are no questions based on rote memorization, because whatever is memorized is forgotten. So, it is always good to have understanding, to develop understanding, to develop thinking skills, and to develop reflective thinking. Always encourage skill development, because skills will go a long way. Skills like observation, skills like comparison, skills like making differences and similarities, skills like prediction, estimation, hypothesis building, these will go a long way. If children have learned how to record observation, if they have learned how to do minute observation, they will never forget in their life. So, it is always important to focus on skills, process skills rather than rote memorization. So, I hope that you have understood the additional ideas in EVS, and I am sure that you will try different ideas of assessment in EVS. Thank you.
ये है कूल लाइफ, नो फिकर नो टेंशन। एक हम है कंगले।
पर यार एक्सीडेंट हो गया तो?
तू भी जनानियों की तरह उधेड़-बुन में लगा रहता है। जिंदगी एक ही बार मिलती है, एंजॉय। अब कहाँ चल दिया?
मेरी इकोनॉमिक्स की क्लास है।
अबे तेरे बिना वहां क्या कमी रह जाएगी?
मैं ये चैप्टर नहीं समझ पाऊंगा।
जा
बाय।
और बगला भगत। यार तू तो रहेगा हमेशा कुएं का मेढक, लेकिन भैया हम तो दुनिया में फुल ऐश करेंगे।
यार तू समझता क्यों नहीं यार?
क्या अक्ल मुझे भी है, मुझे पता है कि हमें नौकरियां करनी होंगी। आज तक जिंदगी पढ़ते पढ़ते गुजर गई, 2 साल बाद सर पे नौकरी की तलवार टंगी होगी और हम कौन सा लाट कलेक्टर बन जाएंगे, बस गुजारे लायक तनख्वाह होगी। इस दुनिया में इतनी मौज है, मस्ती है, ऐश है, उसमें हमारा हिस्सा कहाँ है? क्या
ले बेटा खा।
चाची जी आप सुबह से रात तक काम करती हैं, थक नहीं जाती?
हाँ थक तो जाती हूँ बेटा, पर क्या करूँ, अब तो सुरिंदर की बहू ही आकर के आराम देगी।
बहू क्या ऐसे ही आ जाती है? खर्चा करना पड़ता है, बहुओं को कुछ देना भी पड़ता है।
अरे मेरी बहू आए तो सही, मैं उसे सोने की चूड़ियां पहनाऊंगी, सोने की। हाँ अरे मोबाइल क्या देख रहा है? तुझे क्या मालूम मैंने एक एक पैसा जोड़ जोड़ कर अपनी बहू के लिए सोने की चूड़ियां बनवाई हैं। मनीष बेटा, ये तेरा दोस्त है, इस तरह इसका ध्यान रख। स्कूल तो इसने तेरे साथ पार कर ही लिया है। ले ले साग और ले ले।
नहीं नहीं।
क्यों? अरे ले भी ले।
अबे यार, वहाँ हमारे ग्रुप का क्रेडिट कार्ड चलता है।
क्रेडिट को हिंदी में कर्ज कहते हैं।
तुझे नहीं पता, मेरा ग्रुप बहुत दिलदार है। 100 के नोट तो वो कुछ समझते ही नहीं।
जिस दिन तुझे उन्हें दावत देनी पड़ेगी तब क्या करेगा? वो तुझे फ्री में देकर आदत बिगाड़ रहे हैं।
मर्द बच्चा हूं मैं, तो बस जरा मस्ती के लिए, आदत वादत में नहीं डालूंगा। जब चाहे यूं छोड़ दूंगा।
तो अभी छोड़ दे।
क्या हुआ? मना कर गया। मैं तो पहले ही कह रहा था, गोली मारो उसे। इसकी भेजे में बात नहीं आएगी। इसकी किस्मत में खुश रहना नहीं लिखा है।
चाची जी, सब्र कीजिए, सब ठीक हो जाएगा।
अरे कैसे सब्र करूं बेटे? कितनी मुश्किल से अकेली ने मैंने ये बेटा पाला है, और ये बेटा मुझे ये रंग दिखा रहा है। अरे मैं तो किसी से कह भी नहीं सकती। न जाने कैसे कैसे पैसे जुटा के मैंने इसकी बहू के लिए चूड़ियां बनवाई थी।
बहू के लिए बनवाई थी ना? बेटे ने ले ली तो क्या आफत आ गई?
अरे नाश पीटे, अरे तू चला जा। एक तो चोरी, ऊपर से सीना चोरी।
मुझे अपने घर में बाहरी लोगों का दखल पसंद नहीं। आप जाओ।
अरे अरे और सत्यानाशी, चुप हो जा। मनीष बेटे, तो इसकी बातों का बुरा मत मानना।
चाची जी,
बहुत बुरा किया तूने बहुत बुरा किया। डॉक्टर साहब, मेरे बच्चों को बचा लीजिए।
आप थोड़ा सब्र रखिए, चिंता ना करिए, हम अपनी तरफ से पूरी कोशिश करेंगे। सुरेंद्र, हम आपको 15 दिन के लिए इस सेंटर पे रखेंगे। दवाइयों एवं बातचीत द्वारा हम आपका इलाज करेंगे। पर एक बात का ध्यान रखना होगा, दवाइयों से इस आदत से छुटकारा नहीं मिल सकता। इसके लिए आपको अपना आत्मविश्वास बढ़ाना होगा, और अगर इस आदत को छोड़ने की तुम मन में ठान लो तो दुनिया की कोई ताकत आपको रोक नहीं सकती। इस बात को हमेशा ध्यान रखना।